check this out. I'm so excited. I don't even know what to say. So we single-handedly just got the greatest alter ego drop in the history of UFC 5. But we also got the worst drop too. I'll explain why. So we got 8 alter egos in one drop, which means you got to pay the money. And I'm not telling you to pay the money, but what I'm saying is, I don't know how you play the game, but the way I play the game, I didn't have enough gold to buy all these characters. So I'm going to show them to you so you don't have to. Take a look, see what you like, buy it if you want, don't buy it if you don't want. So another thing that's exciting, it's like EA's been watching my stream. They added Boss Rutten. That's why I'm excited. They added Boss Rutten, Kevin Randleman, and Little Evil Jens Pulver. They added new fighters instead of just reskinning an alter ego. That's incredibly exciting. And some of you veterans could tell me if this is simply bringing over an old character from an older UFC game, EA Sports UFC game. Let me know. But they're new to me because I started playing these games with UFC 4. So this is Submission Specialist Boss Rutten, which is kind of strange. He's one of my favorite fighters of all time and one of the GOAT fighters of all time. He had this deadly liver shot KO. He would kick you in the liver. He would palm strike you in the liver and pancreas. He was king of pancreas, UFC heavyweight champion until he vacated the belt. The man was a monster. For some reason, though, he couldn't beat those damn Shamrock brothers. Fucking hilarious. Greatest fighter in the world could not beat Ken and Frank Shamrock. Let's look at the stats. This is 1999 UFC 20 Boss Rutten. So at UFC 20, Boss Rutten defeated Kevin Randleman. How funny is that? So 4.5 star stand-up, 96 accuracy, 98 kick power, 94 punch power. So he's got good stand-up, of course. That's a Dutch kickboxer. Clinch striking, 98. Kind of surprising. Submission offense, 96. This is a heavyweight, guys. 96 submission offense for a heavyweight striker. Poor takedowns, though. 89 takedown. Takedown defense is 84. So yeah, that's how he got all the submissions getting taken down. Cardio 94, chin 95, legs 98, recovery 96. This kind of disappointed me though. What the hell is a Stockton slap? I don't get it. What are we talking about here? Shouldn't that say liver strike? Liver punch? What do you mean? Left hook? Left hook to the body? Give me something. Why does it say Nick Diaz's and Nate Diaz's Stockton slap? Okay, guys, whatever. We'll see. We'll see when we test him out. He was 34 at the time. And look at the model. Look at the quads on this guy. Ooh. Excellent fighter. El Guapo. Through that. Kevin Randleman. Look at this Adonis. His nickname is the Monster, and he was an absolute fucking monster. Giant quads. He even has wrestling shoes in the game, guys. I'm going to see if he can still do kicks. It'll be hilarious. Because they even took the shoes off of Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali. But in this game, Kevin Randleman has his wrestling shoes. So this is the UFC 23 version. And at UFC 23, he defeated Pete Williams. 28 years old. 98 punch power. This guy is basically the prototype fighter before Rampage became Rampage. He had all the tools that Rampage had, except he wasn't quite as refined. But he had this incredible athletic ability and an insane vertical. Takedown defense 95, punch power 98, punch speed 94. That's basically it for him. Clinch striking, clinch control 93, takedowns 98, top control 97, ground striking 98. That's where the monster comes in. Worst in the game cardio, maybe 86. Like, this guy gets gassed easily. Recovery 88. 5-star overhand, lead hook wrestling transitions. So excited to see him in the game. Yep. Okay, we have another classic fighter. UFC 35 Jens Pulver, representing Militech Fighting Systems. Does anyone remember Pat Militech? He used to be the man back in the day. I guess this video is for all the old heads and for all the people that want to know the history of the sport. So at UFC 35, Jens Pulver fought BJ Penn, Baby J, as you can see on the left side of the screen. And let's take a look at these stats. It's kind of wild. His punch power is 98, punch speed 97, takedown D 97. He's got some great stand-up stats. And I was kind of surprised because I don't remember him knocking that many people out. I was wrong. Majority of his career wins, like 14 or something, are by KO. So that punch power is justified. On grappling, 94 takedowns, 95 ground striking. You know, old school UFC stuff, ground striking. 96 cardio though. 96 chin. 95 cut resistance and recovery. So he's going to be a great fighter to have online. Very short though at 5'7", but not too short to be a lightweight, I guess. 5-star hook, haymaker, round body knee. Man, I miss those days. But I love what the sport's become. But I do miss that style versus style aspect of the old UFC from the 90s. Okay, who's next? 4.5-star UFC 136 Frankie Edgar. Kind of cool, I guess. I was never a big Frankie Edgar fan. I mean, he's obviously the man. He just didn't make my brain light up for some reason. But this version will. 5-star jab like GSP and Sean Strickland. Yikes, that's going to be useful. He's only 5'6" though, but I think we can make this work online. Great punch speed, 96. Takedown D, 95. But he's got pillow hands and feet. But 96 footwork, 93 head movement. He's going to be a tough pick. Takedowns, 95. Submission defense, 95. Ground striking good. Top striking good. 100 cardio. Get the hell out of here. 100 cardio for Frankie Edgar, 99 recovery. So that's what's going to make people pick him. He's going to play almost like a Nate Diaz, with lower submissions, of course. So here's an alter ego nobody asked for. Why did they put in another 5-star Anderson Silva? What the fuck is that? If anything, give us the King of the Cage, Anderson Silva, or Cage Rage. What was it with the yellow gloves? Where he got a belt from there in the UK, and he did that like 6-12 upward elbow KO on somebody. I'd take that Anderson, or even Pride Anderson Silva. They used to come out with the Muay Thai crown on his head. Anyway, check this out. So why does there's a 1-year difference in these Anderson Silvas that are both 5 stars. But they gave this one the really skinny young Anderson Silva physique. I guess the UFC Rio Anderson Silva has his superhero physique. He's always been a little bit, you can see the Burger King sponsorship. So he's never quite looked like this. This is the idealized version of him. Look at this. With the Mirror Universe goatee. Okay. So this Anderson, 100 accuracy. So they buff his accuracy over the previous 5-star Anderson. Almost all of his stats are identical. They just play with the numbers just enough to justify it. So literally 1 point changed on stand-up. 1 point to accuracy. Clinch striking, same. Submission offense went up a point. Submission defense went up a point. I'll explain why in a second. So the cardio on this Anderson is lower. So still 5-star health, 90 cardio instead of 94. Chin's the same. Legs have 2 more points. Cut resistance and recovery are higher. Excuse me, cut resistance is the same. Lead 6-12 elbow. 5 stars. Look at that shit. Man. So slightly younger Anderson. Here's what's weird though. They labeled this Anderson as Southpaw. 1 year later, he's a switch. Here's the fun part though. This is UFC 117, the legendary fight between Anderson Silva and Chael Sonnen. When Chael Sonnen somehow almost beat Anderson Silva, Anderson got a triangle choke submission in the last couple minutes of the final round. It was insane to watch live. My stomach hurt. I thought I was going to shit my pants because the god, Anderson Silva, almost lost to this clown, Chael Sonnen. And that's basically the beginning of the legend of Chael Sonnen. Because after this fight, he really leveraged it and just jumped up in the stratosphere for being the guy that almost beat Anderson Silva. How funny is that? Let's take a look at those new stats on Chael. So still 5.5 stars. Excuse me, 4.5. It's a 2-year difference. Here's what's funny though. Check this out. Why did Chael Sonnen's reach get longer? It went from 73 to 74. What is that about? Okay, guys, whatever. Here's what else is funny. You ready? The Anderson Silva, the Chael Sonnen that almost beat Anderson Silva, has no cigar. Improved submission defense in top position. That's literally how he lost the fight. He was in top position. Anderson locked in that triangle and submitted him. So what are we even talking about? Shouldn't he have that after? Shouldn't he have learned after? I don't get it. I don't get it. So slight changes in stats. They add a point here and there just to be different. Same here. Takedowns 99, top control 99. Ironic because, well, actually it makes sense because he had great top control until he didn't. So yeah, this is now the prime version of Chael Sonnen, as it should be, the one that almost beat Anderson. That's the peak of his career. Better cardio, better recovery, 5-star moves, wrestling takedowns, double, single leg. So yeah, it's kind of cool. Now you can replay that fight. I think that's a fun little Easter egg, a nice little wink. Wanderlei Silva. So this is weird. This is 1 year into the future for Wanderlei Silva. UFC 139. This is when he beat Kung Lee. Kung Lee, the actor. I think he was in The Man with the Iron Fist, a bunch of Chinese movies. He was one of the few kung fu practitioners in MMA. He beat Frank Shamrock in Strikeforce. I think he broke Frank Shamrock's arm, and Frank walked out of the fight looking like Vegeta after he fought Cell with his arm just hanging there. It was a great fight. So they added some buffs here. Punch speed 96. So they added a couple points to basically everything to justify the skin's existence. You know the drill. Added a lot of 5-star moves. So now this Anderson, even though this one's later in his career than this previous one, which is weird. Like, how does that make sense? This is later in his career. His punches went up. So he got better at punching, I guess? I don't know. Another weird alter ego. So, Joanna Jędrzejczyk. If you know how to pronounce her name, let me know in the comments. So, this is a two-year difference. She has her Reebok kit. So now we have 2 5-star Joannas in here. They buffed her moves. This one's 2 years older. They added a couple points. She's now 100 switch stance, 97 punch speed. And the previous Joanna was already a monster. This one's got improved takedown D, kick speed. They improved her grappling. Like, geez, what are we doing here? Ground strike and submission defense. Added points to everything. Her cardio went from 98 to 100. Chin went up. Like, I don't get these alter egos. A fighter's already 5 stars, and now they're buffing the 5 stars. Okay, guys. Whatever. And this is the Joanna that beat Jessica Andrade at UFC 2-11. Jessica Andrade, you may know from her OF account. Yikes. Just kidding. Pretend I didn't say that. Now let's take a look at how some of these new fighters perform. Mainly, those heavyweights. Good God. Can't believe we're here. So instead of adding my precious Lyoto Machida, undefeated Lyoto Machida, so I can finally get a 4.5-star Machida, these fools add a third Shogun. And I almost missed him because he's in a punch card. So that's 9 total alter egos added to the game. So we have the almost retired Shogun. You know this guy. Pride Shogun, Welcome Edition. This was when he was one of the best fighters on the planet, 2007. 3 years later, he's in the UFC. My man's Machida is the champion. Machida has a very, very unimpressive victory. A robbery, many would call it, where he just lands leg kicks the whole time and barely gets any hits on Shogun. Defends his belt. And Dana White's so pissed he orders an immediate rematch. I was so sad when I saw that rematch. Shogun comes in and basically beats the shit out of Machida. KO by punches. And that's the story of this alter ego. Hooray! Hooray, everyone. So his stats are buff. Footwork's up. Kicks are up. Just a couple points here and there in stand-up. Mainly footwork. A couple points here and there on grappling. Cardio got buffed. Cut resistance and cut resistance is up. But this one still lags behind the Pride version. So this one doesn't really need to exist except to make me sad about Machida. Yo, look at these wrestling shoes. I haven't seen Kevin Randleman in a UFC game, or excuse me, I haven't used him in a game since the Pride FC game on PlayStation 2. Oh, shit. El Guapo, jeez. I want to see if Randleman's going to throw a kick. Oh, shit. So we definitely need a buff. The stance looks pretty good. I wanted Boss Rutten so bad. I just never thought it was going to happen. Look at that liver shot. Look at that liver kick. Liver punch. I need these liver punches to be a one-hit KO. Yikes. Randleman is terrifying. Liver. Liver. His takedown defense is dog shit. It's kind of wild to think about how good El Guapo was at submissions in the 90s when he's a Dutch kickboxer. Man, those Japanese did him right. Fighting Funaki and the Shamrock Brothers. What a time to be alive. I really encourage everyone watching this, if you're a younger fan of MMA or the UFC and you don't know this guy, do yourself a favor, go on YouTube and look up Kevin Randleman liver strike KOs. The man is just ruining Japanese dudes. They can't drink sake for the rest of their life because he's rupturing so many livers. What is that kick? I don't have spinning shit? Really? I'm going a little bit longer than usual. I just got to get a finish with Boss Rutten. Got the split kicks. That's what's up. Look at this goofball. El Guapo. Boss Rutten was even so great that he was in Grand Theft Auto 4. He had like a TV show in the game, and it was phenomenal. Back in like 2008. Kevin Randleman, rest in peace. Awesome fighter too. Okay, little evil Jens Pulver. Look how small he is. It's kind of wild too, because at UFC 35 he beat BJ Penn for the lightweight title. And this was in 2002. That's how old BJ Penn is. BJ Penn was in the Dreamcast UFC game that I have. He was the prodigy. Baby J. He was really good at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu back when not many people were. And he won tournaments and had hard hands. Jeez! Brutal KO. 98 punch power, guys. So here's a question for you. If you made it to the end of the video, who are your picks for classic alter egos or new characters added? Of course, we all want Pride's Kazushi Sakuraba. Who else do you want? I'm rooting for 1997 Vitor Belfort. I think that's when the Phenom beat Randy Couture for the heavyweight title. Old school shit. I'd love to have that super juice to the gill 19-year-old Vitor Belfort. Hell, I'd love Randy Couture. Something else weird, when I was looking through the heavyweights, Mark Coleman's not in this game. So why'd they take our Mark Coleman? Are they going to put him back in, give us a Pride version? Are they going to give us a 90s version? Who knows? Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for sitting through this little conversation about MMA history. Take care, guys. Peace.